30 days ago, I made a decision. I was tired of being controlled by my emotions, tired of reacting to everything, tired of overthinking, overworrying, and feeling like life was happening to me instead of for me. So I decided to try something radical. For 30 days, I would practice Stoicism. Not just read about it, not just watch videos about it. Actually practice it. Every single day. And I want to tell you, it changed everything. Not in the way I expected, but in ways I did not even know I needed. My name is Eternal Echoes, and for the next 15 minutes, I am going to share exactly what happened when I tried Stoicism for 30 days. The good, the bad, the uncomfortable truths I discovered. And by the end, you will know if this is something you should try. Let us begin. Day 1. I had no idea what I was doing. I started with one simple rule from Epictetus. Focus only on what you can control. Sounds easy, right? It is not. I woke up, checked my phone, and immediately saw something that annoyed me. A comment, a message, something someone said. And my first instinct was to react, to reply, to defend, to argue. But then I stopped. Is this in my control? No. Their opinion is not in my control. So I put the phone down. And that simple act, that one moment of choosing not to react, felt like a small victory. But it also felt uncomfortable, because I wanted to react. I wanted to say something. But Stoicism is not about what you want to do. It is about what you choose to do. And on day 1, I chose control. Day 3. I realized how much energy I waste. By day 3, I started noticing something disturbing. How much of my mental energy was spent on things I could not control. Worrying about what people thought. Replaying conversations in my head. Stressing about things that might happen. And when I started applying the Stoic filter, is this in my control? Most of it disappeared. Not because the problems went away, but because I stopped feeding them my energy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And on day 3, I started to realize it. Day 7, the first real test. A week in, something happened that would normally ruin my entire day. Someone criticized me publicly. Said something harsh, something unfair, and my blood boiled. I wanted to defend myself, to clap back, to prove them wrong. But I paused, and I remembered what Seneca taught. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. So I did nothing. I did not respond. I did not engage. I did not let it steal my peace. And you know what happened? Nothing. They moved on. I moved on. Life continued. And I learned something powerful. Most of the battles I fight are battles I create. And the moment I stop fighting, they disappear. Day 10, I started sleeping better. This was unexpected. But around day 10, I noticed I was falling asleep faster. No more lying awake replaying the day. No more midnight anxiety spirals. Because I had started practicing the evening reflection. Every night, I would ask myself 3 questions. What did I do well today? What could I have done better? What will I do differently tomorrow? And then I let it go. No rumination, no overthinking. Just reflection, learning, and release. And my mind, for the first time in years, felt quiet at night. Day 15. I felt lonely. Halfway through, I hit a wall. Practicing Stoicism meant I stopped engaging in a lot of shallow conversations. I stopped gossiping. I stopped complaining. I stopped reacting to drama. And suddenly, I felt isolated. Because a lot of my social interactions were built on those things. And when I removed them, there was not much left. This was hard. I questioned if I was doing this wrong. If maybe Stoicism was making me cold. detached, antisocial. But then I read something Marcus Aurelius wrote. He said, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." And I realized I was not being cold. I was being intentional. I was choosing depth over noise. And yes, that meant some connections faded. But the ones that remained became stronger. Day 20. People started noticing. 3 weeks in, something interesting happened. People started asking me, "What changed? You seem calmer. You seem less reactive. You seem more present." And I realized Stoicism is not just an internal practice. It changes how you show up in the world. I was not trying to impress anyone. I was not performing calm. I was just practicing control. And people noticed. Not because I told them, but because it was visible. Day 25. I tested it under pressure. With 5 days left, I faced the biggest test. A situation that would normally send me into a spiral. A major setback, a disappointment. Something I had been working toward that fell apart. And my first reaction was devastation. But then I remembered the Stoic principle. The obstacle is the way. This is not happening to me. It is happening for me. So instead of collapsing, I asked, what is this teaching me? What can I learn? What can I control? And I found answers. Not easy answers, but real ones. And I moved forward. Not because the problem disappeared, but because I changed how I related to it. Day 30. I did not want it to end. On the final day, I realized something. This was not a 30-day challenge. This was a new way of living. Because Stoicism is not a temporary fix. It is a practice. And the benefits do not come from doing it for 30 days. They come from doing it for life. So here is what I learned. Lesson 1. You waste more energy than you think. Most of what you stress about is not in your control. And the moment you stop feeding it energy, it loses power. Lesson 2. The pause is everything. That 3-second gap between stimulus and response is where your freedom lives. Use it. Lesson 3. Most battles are self-created. You are fighting wars that do not need to be fought. And the moment you stop fighting, peace returns. Lesson 4. Reflection beats rumination. Thinking about your day is healthy. Obsessing over it is not. Reflect, learn, release. Lesson 5. Depth beats noise. Stoicism will cost you shallow connections, but it will deepen the ones that matter. Lesson 6. Control is the only real power. You cannot control outcomes, but you can always control your response. And that is enough. Lesson 7. This is a practice, not a destination. You will fail, you will react, you will lose your calm. But every time you notice and choose differently, you win. So here is my challenge to you. Try it. Not for 30 days. Just for one. Wake up tomorrow and ask yourself, what can I control today? And for that one day, focus only on that. See how it feels. See what changes. And if it works, do it again the next day. Because Stoicism is not about being perfect. It is about being intentional. And that starts with one choice. One pause. One moment of control. If this resonated with you, if you are ready to try this, subscribe to Eternal Echoes. Because every week, I share the practices that actually change lives. And comment below. Tell me, will you try this for 30 days? Or even just one? The Stoics are watching. And so is the person